And we're back, folks, with Game 4 on the first day of Shipfest Season 2. Brought to you by LG Ultragear. We have Death Brigade on Alpha versus Crazy in Bravo. Val, talk us through the team comps.
Well, I mean, there's not much to talk about except the
The
Edinburgh
Edinburgh.
makes an appearance.
So Edinburgh has the advantage of stealth radar. I mean, it will probably be a radar Edinburgh. I don't believe a smoke Edinburgh would be coming in this matchup.
Yeah, it's
I
it'll
wouldn't
definitely.
really count against that. I've
We've seen
seen
crazy things in this tournament, and we will
Yeah, but
continue
I
to see
think
them.
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. Like you don't have a radar. I mean, one. Okay. Oh, why is lightning shooting? Oh, okay. I think a lightning might have
By the way, it looks
misclicked.
like the Lightning is an Act Fibernet user sporting that wicked Act Fibernet exclusive camo here
Oh, okay.
and getting
Lightning was
punished for the
spotted.
misclick.
Yeah, I think that was a misclick, and it is indeed
Uh,
a
so
smoke Edinburgh.
And the Admiral's like, here, Lightning, don't waste your smoke, I'll waste mine.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird move, I have to say.
Okay, now
this is
here's my question. Who's the one supposed to be in the smoke and who's gonna spot? Apparently, neither.
Wow, that was yeah, not very coordinated play, I have to say. And the Bismarck
is on
seems to be
fire.
coming under quite concentrated fire right now. I mean, he's basically got their entire team shooting at him.
And one thing I've been seeing is like the Bismarcks coming in the game are actually like full secondary builds. They are not having fire prevention, so I
Wait,
think
yeah,
he
this
might
Bismarck
even
doesn't
get a
have
fire.
fire prevention. You're right, Fuzzy. I was just looking at that. That's another fire just waiting to be set.
Yeah, I think like no, even the previous game, the Bismarck didn't have fire prevention, so like people are coming here with a full secondary builds.
I mean, yes, this is a small map, and yes, your secondaries, you can make them work, but I mean, to be brutally honest, this is not going to be end up in a brawl unless something goes terribly wrong. Oh, look at
Yes.
that. The Vladdy shooting HE because he knows the Bismarck repaired.
See, that is
That's just
seriously,
evil.
that intelligent play. That
That's
is intelligent play,
that's
really.
evil. That's not intelligent. That's evil.
Yeah, and that's a double fire on the Bismarck. by the way.
Double fire. Oh,
And there's another
is quite bad.
waiting to be burnt. And for those folks who don't know, fire prevention essentially reduces the number of fires from 4 to 3. Basically, the center fire joins and becomes only one fire. But because,
Oh, that's
and as
three.
you can
Oh,
the
he
third
put
fire,
repaired. He repaired.
They put
Yeah.
him out.
the superstructure is the easiest part of a battleship to hit at long range with HE. And if you have two fires available on the superstructure, it just becomes that much easier to set a double fire on a BB, which is why it's always important to have fire prevention on a battleship.
Yeah, Team Crazy is doing really well, guys. They've got the outer circle. Getting it, losing it, getting it, losing it,
That's
depending
a
on
double
whether
perma fire. That's a
Switchman's
double
hipper.
perma fire.
Oh,
This
again.
Bismarck is not for this world for too long.
Yeah. See, look, I think it's clear what their strategy was. Get the Bismarck in there and start secondarying whichever DD or cruiser is maybe out in the open or comes to the center. Unfortunately, the rest of his team wasn't able to back him up. But look at this. They're actually getting the outer cap. They're getting the outer cap and they're denying the middle cap points, the middle ring.
Yeah, but is it worth losing your battleship for? Is my question. I mean, getting a few secondary hits on look, the secondaries only work when you are within, say, 10 kilometers of the enemy, right? If you're within 10 kilometers of the enemy, and it probably will be a DD or a cruiser. A DD you'll never be able to see at 10
Oh,
kilometers.
you know what? That lightning should have just smoked up the poor Bismarck.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're like 4 feet away from, this guy who's out there in the boiling heat, and you roll down your AC BMW window and just look at him and be like, "Sup?" And that guy's your
This is-
friend, and you're just like, "Yeah, you're not coming in today."
Yeah. And look at it this way, right? I mean, if you're within 10 kilometers of a cruiser, you should be shooting at the cruiser with your primary guns, not your secondary guns.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's secondary for a reason.
yeah, I mean, I don't really see the point of a secondary build Bismarck. Or maybe this guy just didn't have
I
enough
mean,
captain points.
it's
It
things
can be that.
you, Fizz, and I would be doing potentially in random battles, but not something I would take into a tournament.
And even in random battles, I do it for a kick. I mean, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
do it
yes, not to
just
be
to have
effective.
fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and
And main
I'd
thing
much
I've
rather do that
seen
with a Massachusetts, not a
Yeah.
Bismarck.
Yeah.
exactly. And
And
also,
yeah,
Death
Fazil,
Brigade
go ahead.
don't have any spotting. Like, see these guys, they don't have any radar, and their DD is, they can't, the DD can't spot because Baltimore is there with the radar. It's like they don't even have any kind of spotting there.
Yeah,
Main problem.
that's actually really true. I think the big problem here is
Oh, the Hippo just lost a huge chunk, and I think the next salvo from anybody is going to be enough to take him out. 1250 HP,
yeah. I
not
think
good
Death
times.
Brigade ship selection, and then of course the
Questionable.
BB push, uh, the uncoordinated
Look at
smokes.
this, 18 HP. The
Wow, that's
guards are
unlucky hippo.
smiling on him.
Not for
I mean,
long.
not
He's
for
gonna
long.
die, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I think right from ship selection down to the BB push, the smoke coordination, I don't think this was their finest hour for sure. I think what these guys need to do is take a hard look at maybe streams of other players and
Hmm.
see what their strategies are, and maybe try to model something around that. Uh,
Absolutely. You know, the beauty of this, the format we've chosen, Valk, is everybody is playing the same map every day, right? So day one is the same map, day two is the same map, and so on. So they can actually study team compositions, and there's only 4 maps in the tournament, so they will repeat after a point. So they do have a great opportunity to study each other, and because it's not a single knockout, it's a league tournament, right? Full round robin. That means
yeah,
everybody is going to play everybody. All 10 teams are going to play each other. That means they have 9 matches apiece.
yeah.
Enough time to learn, improve, work out these issues. As it looks like the Baltimore's pushing in, and
Yeah.
for some
Yeah,
And
reason, the
now even
Edinburgh doesn't shoot the Baltimore.
yeah, because he can't see the Baltimore.
can't see the Baltimore. That's the thing
Now he
because
can see the
even
Baltimore because he's shot, but before that he wasn't able to see the Baltimore. And now the Baltimore's just gonna AP him to death. And
yeah, those American heavy AP and the American angles, they could just chew the Edinburgh even if it shows
Oh,
little bit only broadsides.
he either bounced or overpenned everything there.
yeah, I think that must have been overpens.
Oh, weapons.
Actually, that might have been overpens simply because he doesn't have a low enough angle to hit the citadel of the Edinburgh.
Yikes! Oh,
That's
look at
true.
this. The
Yeah.
Lightning is gonna have to make some, you know, massive plays here.
No, the Lightning needs to make a
No,
will now because he's as he just said.
Lightning, come on.
Lightning is gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, the talent might even risk eating the torch because this game is as good as over now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the main thing was, the Edinburgh selection was very poor. I mean, even Edinburgh radar Edinburgh very fine, but like the Edinburgh position was also not really good. Like, he was stuck in the island. Like if he's smoking, but he's not shooting anything. Like smoke is totally
Yeah.
useless if you're not shooting
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah, I mean, I think the basics for Death Brigade are what they need to work on. It's a long tournament; you never know. They might learn their lessons. They might, go in with different chips in future games. But it is to be seen how quickly they can pick it up, how quickly they can turn it around, and work on their coordination as well, because that's going to be pretty important.
Absolutely. You know, for now, guys, it seems like it is a death sentence for Death Brigade, as Team Crazy are gonna sweep them. Uh, Essentially, a, a full team wipe victory. They didn't even need max points. So great job.
Yeah.
We've got one more game lined up for you guys. Game 5 on the first day of Shipfest Season 2, brought to you by